Welcome to Drunk Bible Study. This show's mission is to read every single word of the greatest story ever told. A warning to our listeners, the hosts of this show are sinners, but they're doing their best. There will be drinking and there may be some swears. They did say they'd try to keep it clean, but I wouldn't put my money on it.
I'm Emily, and this is Drunk Bible Study, where my good friends Dedeker and Jace teach me, a born and raised atheist, all about the Bible. Jace, you are clutching your can of whatever that is. Did you get punched in the face? Do you need to put it upon your face for some reason?
No, it's that my room, when I close the door for podcast recording, I have this south-facing window and a computer that generates a lot of heat. And so it just like instantly becomes 1,000 degrees. And this cool beer on my face feels great.
Got it. Yeah.
I like the fiction, though, where Jace did get punched in the face by that super high Bible study guy that he met last week.
Oh.
Like they finally met and it was a
it.
tussle. It was a real battle of wills, battle of the gods, of titans, if you will.
Yeah, that makes sense.
There you go. That's beautiful. I forgot about that, but how could I forget? What an amazing story. It was beautiful. Yeah. Well, goodness gracious, here we are, another week of Jeremiah. And I was looking back at our lovely notes on what happened, and they were not helpful at all, except for I feel like I did remember that shit was getting real. Like things were starting to happen, or at least prophesying of things that were about to happen.
Right.
And
like
I
what
mean,
kinds of
yeah,
stuff?
everyone's screwed.
Okay, yeah, everyone's screwed kind of stuff. Yeah. No, that's
Everyone's screwed.
pretty good summary.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't exactly remember.
That's really all we need to know is just we're back to the stick. No more carrot.
Well,
now we're on stick.
Yes. And I had asked the question like, well, why don't they just like change their ways? But it feels like we're past the point of no return here.
Right. That's something we talked about last time because it was kind of this like, it's too late now.
Yeah.
And remember there was that line that kind of had the callback to the story of Sodom and Gomorrah, where he was like, just find me one good man in all of Jerusalem and then I'll save you. But you didn't do it, so tough.
But nah.
And then you, Emily, wondered if prophets count as people or not.
Right.
Yes. Yeah. Did we figure that out? I don't think we did.
Not
I
really.
think we placed them somewhere in the lower, lesser animals category, perhaps.
Wait, they're even below people? Or
No, what we actually found out in the bonus is that it kind of depends on the prophet.
Got it.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but
As
I meant,
always.
But I feel like Jeremiah would be a big prophet.
but I could see it in terms of like in God's eyes. It's like, well, these are my people. What I'm saying is like, find me one good person besides the ones that are my people already, I guess. I don't know. It's a little bit unclear what the rules are for destruction or not.
I thought the Israelites were his people. I don't know. I'm not a scholar of the Bible, obviously,
Yet.
so it's fine.
Not
But
yet.
yeah. Yes, you're right. It's fine. So what are you two drinking? Jace, what is that can that you're putting on your face?
This is one, I haven't had this one in a while, but it's called Crikey.
Oh, appropriate.
Oh, so
I should be drinking that.
Yeah, exactly. So actually it's from where Dedeker is.
Yeah, exactly. It was
Crikey.
actually made in, I think, Oregon or something like that.
What?
So it's not actually Australian at all.
Some Australian appropriation here.
Yeah,
Jeez.
seriously.
Exactly. Wow. What are you drinking, Dedeker?
I am very excited to be drinking at the Japanese grocery store. I found this little sake from Shirakawa-go or Shirakawa Village,
cute.
which is a place that I went. It's in northeastern-ish Japan. I highly recommend looking up pictures of Shirakawa Village because it's like a Japanese fairy tale. It's like one of my favorite travel experiences of my entire life. So I was so delighted to find this sake. And of course I bought it and I'm drinking it. And that delight was quickly shattered when I realized last night that the bottle's actually expired.
Oh, no.
By a year and a half, I would say. But
So apparently not a hot item at the grocery store.
not a hot item that moves at this grocery store, apparently. But I'm still drinking it. And I drank it last night and I was fine. It didn't kill me. So I'm just going to
Great.
chalk it up to it being a nice aged Nigori sake.
Love it.
I've definitely had sake that's been in my fridge for a week or so too long, and it's really not good, but I hope that this is better than that.
It doesn't taste not good. It doesn't taste like it's off. It just tastes like a sake.
Okay.
So
Good.
I'm going to chalk it up to the Japanese fairy tale magic.
Perfect. That's great.
Keeping it preserved.
That's wonderful. Yeah, well, I also was very warm. It's getting much warmer here in Los Angeles. Summer is upon us, so I made yet another mixed blended drink. This time I made a pitaya drink, a dragon fruit drink.
Ooh.
So this is a boozy pink dragon fruit tastiness. It's very simple. I just put rum with a pitaya pack. You can buy them at the grocery store, and like one pack is like 60 calories. It's chill. And some pineapple, some frozen pineapple, and then 2 limes, the juice of 2 limes, and it's delightful.
Nice.
Highly recommend.
Wow. Love it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, are you two ready to do this?
So ready.
Yeah,
So ready?
let's do it.
You're born ready?
We have a lot to cover today.
Yes, that is true. Today, we're going to be continuing on with Jeremiah, doing 3 chapters today, chapters 6, 7, and 8. And then we're also going to be reading Psalms 33 and 34, which are both longish psalms. So prepare yourselves, buckle in, because we're going to do this thing. All right, so if you want to read along with us, you can go to drunkbiblestudy.com/read and type in Jeremiah 6-8. As we get started, we want to remind everyone to read responsibly and drink responsibly.
You can drink along with us, or you can listen while you're in the car.
But please do not do both at the same time.
And with that, Jeremiah chapter 6. Flee for safety, you children of Benjamin, out of the midst of Jerusalem, and blow the trumpet in Tekoa, and raise up a signal on Beth Hecherem, for evil looks forth from the north, and a great destruction.
Oh, we're really just diving into the action. This is exciting.
Yeah.
Whoa, run for your lives.
Right. This is like that episode of the show where it just picks up immediately with the drama that was the cliffhanger at the previous episode. I think that's kind of what we're going for.
Right.
Beautiful.
I did look ahead at what this is in the message, and it's wonderful. Right from the start, it says, "Run for your lives, children of Benjamin. Get out of Jerusalem, and now give a blast on the ram's horn in Blastville. Send up..."
Excuse you, Eugene?
I know some people have been to Blastville,
Yeah.
if you know what I mean.
Give a blast on the ram's horn in Blastville. Send up smoke signals from Smoketown.
Oh, Eugene.
What in the world?
Oh,
I
your
can't
stoner friend
with
would love
him.
this, Jace.
Yeah.
Yes. Jeez. Just send him a copy
Smoketown.
of the
Yeah.
message and be like, you'll get it. You'll understand why I sent this to you. You're going to love
We're
it.
on our way to
Wow.
Blastville via Smoketown.
Exactly.
Yeah, seriously.
Goodness.
Go hang out in Smoketown for a bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Woo.
That was all just verse 1. That was a really great
Jeez.
start. Okay, here we go. Continuing on.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
The comely and delicate one, the daughter of Zion, will I cut off.
Uh-oh.
Shepherds
dear.
with their flocks shall come to her. They shall pitch their tents against her round about. Hey-o.
It's been a minute.
Yeah.
Love it.
I like
It's
that
been
that
a
one's
minute,
come back.
but
We used
I'm
to-
glad that it's back.
We used to drink for pitching tents. We should probably bring that
Yeah,
back.
bring it back.
Oh, by all means. By all means.
Cheers to their tents.
Mm.
They shall pitch their tents against her roundabout. They shall feed everyone in his place. Prepare you war against her. Arise and let us go up at noon. Woe to us, for the day declines, for the shadows of the evening are stretched out.
Hold on. Okay,
Arise.
this feels like this is laying out a metaphor of someone who got way too baked. They slept until noon.
Yeah.
They're like, oh gosh, half the day. Oh no.
I gotta go.
I had to actually do things today. Shoot.
Yeah, and then the next verse is, arise, let us go up by night and let us destroy her palaces. So they're like,
Okay.
daytime, did I
Kinda gotta
say?
Day's all gone.
reschedule this,
Day's
folks.
all gone. Yeah. Let's do something else.
Yeah, it's because we came through Smoketown on our way. For
Indeed.
thus has Yahweh of hosts said, hew you down trees and cast up a mound against Jerusalem. This is the city to be visited. She is holy oppression in the midst of her. She is holy oppression in the midst of her.
you mean holy like H-O-L-Y or holy like
Holy.
W-H-O?
The entire
Okay,
thing.
that's not, you need to spell it for me. That your pronunciation is not
I said
helping.
it very clearly.
W.
Holy.
W-H-O-L-L-Y.
Yeah.
Whole.
Holy.
Yes.
Yes.
What in the world?
Yeah, I have no idea what that's about. Let's see. What does Eugene have to say about this? Just as a city full of brutality, bursting with violence.
Okay.
Cool.
Not as fun as Smoketown.
All
or
right.
Blastville.
Not as fun. Yeah.
Nah.
Or Blastville. As a well... yeah.
Weirdo.
As a well casts forth its waters, so she casts forth her wickedness. Not aware of any wells that actually cast forth the water. I feel like you usually have to work kind of hard to get at it. Jerusalem is she in this metaphor.
Got it. Okay.
Violence and destruction is heard in her. Before me continually is sickness and wounds.
Ew.
Be instructed, Jerusalem, lest my soul be alienated from you, lest I make you a desolation, a land not inhabited. Thus says Yahweh of hosts, they shall thoroughly glean the remnant of Israel as a vine. Turn again your hand as a grape gatherer into the baskets.
It's like a garbage
Turn
gatherer.
again
A trash
your
man.
hand. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Turn again your hand as a grape gatherer into the baskets. I think maybe putting the bad grapes, the garbage grapes into the baskets. Or maybe the good ones into the
To
baskets.
get disposed of?
Yeah, it's
Are there
unclear.
any good ones? There are no good ones. He said.
So he's saying, but turn again your hand like a grape gatherer into the basket.
Yeah.
As in,
No.
okay, so what are we doing instead of that? Instead of gathering, we're like throwing the grapes across the fence. We're shoving them into our mouth. Who knows?
Well, it says that he's gleaning the remnant of Israel. So maybe this is like save out the few good people, and I'm just gonna have these shepherds pitch tents and destroy the rest of them whenever they get around to it. Daytime,
Great.
nighttime, whatever.
Jeez.
These
Okay.
stone shepherds.
Yeah. To whom shall I speak and testify that they may hear? Behold, the ear is uncircumcised and they can't listen.
Excuse me?
Why do they have to keep applying a foreskin to parts of the body that, to my knowledge, do not come with the foreskin? We've had the heart, we've had the ears. What's next?
Yeah.
Anything could happen, Dedeker.
Or have we been wrong all along and that all these things do have foreskin?
Oh, what would be the
It's like,
foreskin of your
I'm
ear?
gonna go get a foreskin piercing on my ear. And people are like, oh, cool. Yeah, those are...
Which
Well,
part?
maybe it's the lobe. The
lobe?
lobe.
That's got to be the foreskin, right?
I mean,
See, I would think it's like this part from the side of your face that kind of sticks in.
Oh,
I
yeah.
know there's a word for that.
Well, that's
but
another thing. You can pierce that. What are they called?
the foreskin.
none of
you
us
can
have enough
get-
piercings to understand all this terminology.
No.
Okay, all right.
Jay Sperley has the most.
I probably
The
did
most
at one
foreskin?
point.
Or no, the most piercings. Okay.
I mean, the least. I don't know. I don't
Okay.
know.
I did-
Okay.
I did date someone once with a foreskin piercing, but we're not going to get into that story.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
I'll tell
all
you
right.
later. I'll tell you the goss later.
Okay, great. Behold.
Someone you know. Don't give it that face. It's people that you know.
Behold.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Can I please behold? Please behold me. Behold, their ear is uncircumcised and they can't listen. Behold, the word of Yahweh is become to them a reproach. They have no delight in it. Therefore, I am full of the wrath of Yahweh. I am weary with holding in. Pour it out on the children in the street and on the assembly of young men together.
Gracious.
For even the husband with the wife shall be taken, the aged with him who is full of days. Their houses shall be turned to others, their fields and their wives together. For I will stretch out my hand on the inhabitants of the land, says Yahweh. For from the least of them, even to the greatest of them, everyone is given to covetousness. And from the prophet, even to the priest, everyone deals falsely.
Yeah, even the
That's
children,
too
even the
bad.
street urchins.
They're the worst.
He's like, yeah, pour out all my wrath on them.
Yeah.
Even they aren't safe.
Yeah.
Nothing's sacred.
And is he saying that okay, so the inhabitants of the land, and also like all the fields and all the houses and all the wives are going to go to someone else? Is that what he's saying?
I think the implication being that someone else is going to come conquer you and take your fields and your wives.
All the commodities.
Yeah.
Yes.
All
Yeah,
the
okay.
things you
hide
own.
your wives, hide your
Yeah.
kids.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got it. Okay.
They have healed also the hurt of my people slightly, saying, peace, peace,
Slightly.
when there is no peace. Okay, I don't understand.
Alrighty.
Were they ashamed when they had committed abomination? Nay, they were not at all ashamed. Neither could they blush. Therefore...
Wait. That just reminded me.
Juice became a horse.
No, that just reminded me. Wasn't there like a horse who was coveting after somebody's wife in the last?
Yeah.
In the last reading, that all came flooding back to me when Chase neighed like a horse.
Oh yeah.
That might have been 2 episodes ago, but
Wasn't that a metaphor? Yeah,
there were donkeys and horses lusting after people's wives and stuff, and the smell of sex and whatever. Yeah, I remember.
Oh,
yeah. Now I remember.
Nay,
beautiful.
They were not at all ashamed, neither could they blush. Therefore, they shall fall among those who fall. At the time that I visit them, they shall be cast down, says Yahweh. Thus says Yahweh, stand you in the ways and see, and ask for the old paths. Where is the good way? And walk therein, and you shall find rest for your souls. But they said, we will not walk therein. I set watchmen over you, saying, listen to the sound of the trumpet. But they said, we will not listen. Therefore...
They're just doing all the bad things. We're not going to listen.
Therefore, hear, you nations, and know, congregation, what is among them. Hear, earth, behold, I will bring evil on this people, even the fruit of their thoughts, because they have not listened to my words. And as for my law, they've rejected it.
Now we're getting into thought crime, which is just
the fruit.
So Christian when you think about it.
Yeah, and it is.
Oh, is it? Wait, will you explain that to me momentarily?
As in momentarily, as in right now? Or do you want me to wait till the end of the chapter?
No, I want you to explain it right now.
Okay, so by momentarily, you mean right at this moment.
In a moment, in this one moment.
Yes, I mean like for a moment.
Oh, okay,
for
like
a
briefly.
minute, for a little
just
brief
briefly.
moment.
Yes, I will briefly explain.
Yeah.
Thought crime. Well, it's this idea of even your thoughts can be bad and should be policed in some way. And that's very much a part of a lot of the Christian ethos, or at least it was when I was growing up, is that even your thoughts can count as sins against you, essentially. It's all about keeping your mind pure.
Really?
Yes, 100%. Because God knows all your thoughts.
Right.
So he knows.
I've heard the pure mind.
Exactly.
He doesn't care.
Oh, he cares.
I mean, I guess he
Emily,
cares.
he was just telling us how much he cares
but...
just now.
Yeah, okay.
So it is interesting because the premise of the thought crime movie starring Tom Cruise, what was that called?
What?
The Minority Thought Crimes? Minority Report.
The Minority Report.
Oh, Minority Report.
So, right?
Yeah. No, but no. They actually committed the crime.
No, that was the whole thing, was that they had these psychics in a kiddie pool that could predict when people were about to, or thinking about
and
committing
they would arrest
crime.
them right before they did the crime.
Got it. But I thought the implication was that they were definitely going to commit the crime.
I think that's kind of the moral gray area that the filmmaker wished to explore.
It was a good film.
It was a fun film.
I saw it a lot.
Yeah.
Well, when we do Drunk Minority Report study, we can do a deeper dive into the themes.
I'm looking forward to that short-lived podcast. Okay. Right. So they've not listened to my words. And as for my law, they've rejected it. To what purpose comes there to me frankincense from Sheba and the sweet cane from a far country? Your burnt offerings are not acceptable, nor your sacrifices pleasing to me. Therefore, thus says Yahweh, behold...
He hates sacrifices now.
Or just their sacrifices, maybe.
Yeah.
They're just not good anymore. Behold, I will lay stumbling blocks before this people, and the fathers and the sons together shall stumble against them, and the neighbor and his friend shall perish. Thus says Yahweh, behold, a people shall come from the north country, and a great nation shall be stirred up from the uttermost parts of the earth. They lay hold on bow and spear. They are cruel and have no mercy. Their voice roars like the sea, and they ride on horses. Everyone set in array, as a man to the battle against you, daughter of Zion. We have heard the report of it. Our hands wax feeble. Anguish has taken hold of us, and pangs as of a woman in travail. We literally have no other metaphors for suffering in this book.
No, they just love it. They're like every woman having a child.
Yeah.
Or a period or something.
A child.
It's the worst.
Yeah.
It's just a
The
child.
Periods aren't work. That doesn't count.
Okay.
In this culture, in this book,
you
periods
would
are
beg
not
to
work.
differ.
They're just filth. They're only filth
I see.
that we don't
Right.
speak of.
Cool.
Okay.
Red tent. Let's do it.
Don't go forth into the field, nor walk by the way, for the sword of the enemy and terror are on every side. Daughter of my people, gird you with sackcloth and wallow yourself in ashes. Make you mourning, like sad mourning, as for an only son, most bitter lamentation, for the destroyer shall suddenly come on us.
That's a shame.
I have made you a tester of metals and a fortress among my people, that you may know and try their way. What do you suppose a tester of metals is?
Is he talking to Jeremiah in this particular moment? It's like, I've made you
maybe
the rubric and the fortress. You're the one who's going to be able to tell who's good and who's bad.
Yes. Okay.
Who has a high melting point and good heat conduction or not.
Yep. That makes sense.
Is he a
I
welder?
just checked the message. The message does clarify.
He's a metallurgist.
A metallurgist, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, the message does clarify, God gave me this task, : and then it's all this stuff that we're reading now. So the rest of this is the task that Jeremiah has. I have made you a tester of metals and a fortress among my people, that you may know and try their way. They are all grievous rebels, going about with slanders. They are brass and iron. They, all of them, deal corruptly.
So this is a metaphor. This is not a real thing.
I mean,
that's always my question. Like,
the
what
people
is
are
the
not
metaphor
brass and iron,
what is the
literally,
real
so
thing?
Come on.
No, I know that, but I'm like, are you going to test metals because that's going to tell you somehow if this person is good or bad?
In Emily's defense,
I see.
This is a book with like talking donkeys and
thank you, Dedeker. Thank
frogs
you.
and
That's
stuff
true.
like that, and
That's
rivers
true.
turning to blood. Like, we do have to have a little bit more of a
Fair.
keen eye for these things.
Fair.
Indeed.
Okay. Yes. I think this is metaphor. But what do I know? What do I know? The bellows blow fiercely. The lead is consumed of the fire. In vain do they go on refining, for the wicked are not plucked away. Refuse silver shall men them.
What?
Because Yahweh has rejected them.
I'm sorry?
Refuse, or maybe refuse.
Refuse?
Refuse silver shall men them, comma.
Men or mend?
Men.
Men like Jace.
Like men in tights.
Like a man.
Refuse,
Like a man.
refuse/refuse silver shall mend them, comma, because Yahweh has rejected them.
Okay, we need some help with that one. That seems like that's got to be...
Find Eugene.
It's got to be...
Find him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Eugene says, men will give up and call them slag. Thrown on the slag heap by me, their God.
Okay, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. Let's see what else do we got here. We have NIV. NIV is going to help us out here. NIV says, they are called rejected silver because the Lord has rejected them. I see.
Okay.
So I guess it is refuse.
Okay, that's...
Refuse
Okay.
silver.
I see.
Shall mend them.
So
Shall
garbage
men-
silver.
Shall men be them? What? Who wrote this?
Yeah. Jeremiah, come on.
Come on, Jers.
Jerry. Come on, Jerry.
Jerry.
And that's the end of the chapter. That's it.
Oh, wow.
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 Garbage
okay.
silver.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, Dedeker.
Well, then in that case, yeah, it's time. I'm going to dive into Jeremiah chapter 7. The word that came to Jeremiah from Yahweh, saying, stand in the gate of Yahweh's house and proclaim there this word, and say, hear the word of Yahweh, all you of Judah, who enter in at these gates to worship Yahweh. Thus says Yahweh of hosts, the God of Israel. Okay, so stand at the gate. So he's standing, I'm assuming, outside the temple, doing some street preaching here. Or
street
Yahweh's asking
prophesying.
him to do some street prophesying, yes.
I wonder if people got scared at that, or if they were like, cool, let's listen to what God has to say.
Well, how do you react to street preachers these days, Emily?
I run by them.
Seems like that's what people were doing at this time, too.
Probably. Or just ignoring them.
Yeah, or that. I mean, they throw a pamphlet in my face and I
Right.
run faster.
But this is relevant to what we talked about a few weeks ago, where Emily, you were like, but they could have changed their ways and they didn't. Why not? And it's like, yeah, because he's just standing by the gate yelling at people this stuff. And they're like, okay,
Yeah.
dude.
And they're
Sure,
like, yeah, whatever, man.
here's a shekel or whatever,
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Thus says Yahweh of hosts, the God of Israel, amend your ways and your doings, and I will cause you to dwell in this place.
There you go.
And yeah, everyone's hearing that and they're like, we already dwell in this place.
Yeah, and we're over you. Bye.
Don't you trust in lying words, saying, the temple of Yahweh, the temple of Yahweh, the temple of Yahweh are these. For if you thoroughly amend your ways and your doings, if you thoroughly execute justice between a man and his neighbor, if you don't oppress the foreigner, the fatherless, and the widow, and don't shed innocent blood in this place, neither walk after other gods to your own hurt, then will I cause you to dwell in this place, in the land that I gave to your fathers from of old, even forevermore. Behold.
Doesn't seem too hard.
Well, I think it actually is a big ask.
Yeah?
It's a big ask.
Why?
Well, okay, just think if someone stood up to an American population and was like, hey, this is all you need to do. You just need to actually execute justice between people, don't oppress foreigners, take care of people who need to be taken care of, put in some good social safety nets, don't kill people who don't deserve to be killed, and don't be distracted by anything other than Yahweh. Like, we couldn't get that together.
Yeah, we're screwed. We're screwed, guys.
Okay, well, when you put it that way.
Behold, you trust in lying words that can't profit. Will you steal, murder, and commit adultery and swear falsely and burn incense to Baal
Keeping
and
up with
walk
them.
after other gods that you have not known and come and stand before me in this house, which is called by my name, and say, we are delivered that you may do all these abominations?
Well, surely one person would be able to do this, no?
Well, sure, but Yahweh doesn't care about one person.
He did, though, no?
When?
I thought that he was saying, like, give me one person that's good.
Oh.
Surely one person
That
can
was
do
several
this.
chapters ago, though. Who knows what he thinks
yeah,
now?
he's moved on.
He's over it now? Okay, fine.
I just wanted to hit you with some of the message, because anytime we're talking about Baal, I'm like, ooh, what does Eugene have to say about that?
What are we keeping up with now? Okay.
Yeah. So he says, get smart. Your leaders are handing you a pack of lies and you're swallowing them.
Talk
Use your
about some
heads.
sitcom references. Jeez.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you think you can rob and murder, have sex with the neighborhood wives, tell lies nonstop, worship the local gods, and buy every novel religious commodity on the market, and then march into this
what,
temple?
like the baby
Goodness.
Jesus butt plug? What a novel religious commodity.
Wow, Denninger, you were on
Gosh.
a roll today.
Jeez, it's not appropriate. This is a family-friendly
real thing.
show.
I didn't come up with that. It exists.
I don't doubt that it exists. Okay. All right. Every novel, religious commodity on the market, and then march into this temple set apart from my worship and say, we're safe. Thinking that the place itself gives you license to go on with all this outrageous sacrilege. Yeah.
Cool.
Is this house, which is called by my name, become a den of robbers in your eyes? Oh, some foreshadowing to the New Testament, but
Oh, really?
Oh.
yes.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Huh?
you're right.
Uh-huh.
Just store that one away. It would become
Yeah,
a den
store
of
it
robbers.
away, Emily. I'm sure you'll remember it by the time we get there.
Yeah.
I'm sure I won't, but okay. I'll try to remember a den of robbers. Cool.
Behold, even I have seen it, says Yahweh. But go you now to my place, which was in Shiloh, where I caused my name to dwell at the first, and see what I did to it for the wickedness of my people Israel. Now, because you have done all these works, says Yahweh, and I spoke to you, rising up early and speaking, but you didn't hear, you were too stoned, slept until noon, and I called you, but you didn't answer. Therefore will I do to the house which is called by my name, in which you trust, and to the place which I gave to you and to your fathers, as I did to Shiloh. I will cast you out of my sight, as I have cast out all your brothers, even the whole seed of Ephraim. Therefore, don't you pray for this people, neither lift up a cry nor prayer for them, neither make intercession to me, for I will not hear you. Don't you see what they do in the cities of Judah and in the streets of Jerusalem? The children gather wood, and the fathers kindle the fire, and the women knead the dough to make cakes to the queen of the sky and to pour out.
Beyonce. Yeah.
That's definitely Beyonce for sure.
And to pour out drink offerings to other gods that they may provoke me to anger. Do they provoke me to anger? says Yahweh.
I don't know, Yahweh.
Do they not?
You're the only one who can answer that question.
It seems like it.
Do they not provoke themselves to the confusion of their own faces? He is really worked up right now.
Interesting. Okay.
He is on a roll.
Goodness.
I want to write down for the bonus what Yahweh actually did in Shiloh. I'm sure this is a reference we should understand already, but I don't right now.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll look into that.
Okay. Poof. Okay. Therefore, thus says the Lord Yahweh, behold, my anger and my wrath shall be poured out on this place, on man and on animal, and on the trees of the field, and on the fruit of the ground, and it shall burn and shall not be quenched. Thus says Yahweh of hosts.
The animals didn't do anything.
That you know of. There's some bad koalas in the world.
I suppose there were some lust-filled donkeys.
Exactly.
And
there
the
were some
horse
lusty horses wandering around.
Fine.
Thus says Yahweh of hosts, the God of Israel, add your burnt offerings to your sacrifices and eat you flesh. For I didn't speak to your fathers, nor command them in the day that I brought them out of the land of Egypt concerning burnt offerings or sacrifices. But this thing I commanded them, saying, listen to my voice, and I will be your God, and you shall be my people, and walk you in all the way that I command you, that it may be well with you. But they didn't listen, nor turn their ear, but walked in their own counsels and in the stubbornness of their evil heart, and went backward and not forward.
They were doing the moonwalk?
Yes. Yahweh hates Michael
Hates
Jackson.
moonwalking.
Since the day that your fathers came forth out of the land of Egypt to this day, I have sent to you all my servants, the prophets, daily, rising up early and sending them. He's really leaning into this, like getting up at the crack of dawn, sort of.
I guess in contrast to these soldiers who can't get up before noon or whatever.
Yeah, this sort of early to bed, early to rise
Right.
kind of thing. Yet they didn't listen to me, nor inclined their ear, but made their neck stiff. They did worse than their fathers. You shall speak all these words to them, but they will not listen to you. You shall also call to them, but they will not answer you. You shall tell them, this is the nation that has not listened to the voice of Yahweh their God, nor received instruction. Truth is perished and is cut off from their mouth.
Yikes. I don't know if they're going to say that to whom? Who are they saying this to?
Jeremiah is saying this to the people, I think. This is Yahweh telling Jeremiah to tell this to the people, even though they're not going to listen.
Yes.
It's really difficult to go from Jeremiah saying things to God saying things to Jeremiah to say to people.
Yeah, it is a little confusing.
Yeah.
There's a lot there. Okay, got it.
Cut off your hair, Jerusalem, and cast it away, and take up a lamentation on the bare heights. For Yahweh has rejected and forsaken the generation of his wrath. For the children of Judah have done that which is evil in my sight, says Yahweh.
Of course.
They have set their abominations in the house which is called by my name to defile it. They have built the high places of Topheth, which is in the valley of the son of Hinnom, to burn their sons and their daughters in the fire, which I didn't command, neither came it into my mind.
I call BS on that one.
Yeah. I've never even thought about asking for something like that. Never. That's ridiculous.
What a gaslighter. Jeez.
Yeah, no, exactly. Thank you. Yahweh is the worst. He's the worst boyfriend.
Okay, we're almost there. Therefore, behold, the days come, says Yahweh, that it shall no more be called Topheth, nor the valley of the son of Hinnom, but the valley of slaughter. For they shall bury in Topheth until there be no place to bury. What you got?
Sorry. Eugene, what would you guess?
Around.
What do you call it? The slaughter?
The Valley of Slaughter.
The Valley of Slaughter. Eugene was like, I can do better than that.
Of course.
I can do better than
let me
that.
guess. What would it be? It would be like kill, kill, kill Valley or something.
Yeah,
It's good.
Dead
It's
body.
Got some alliteration going on.
Dead body.
Okay.
Oh, alliteration? Okay. Gross corpse Gulch.
That's good. That might be better. No, his is, they'll call the place what it is. Murder Meadow.
God Bless it, Eugene.
Murder Meadow.
Murder Meadow. I like the combination of murder.
Are we murdering?
With meadow. With this like nice kind of peaceful imagery of a meadow. I really like
And
that.
murder.
Oh, these are, okay, by the way, Samantha in the chat is pointing out, these are all very good URLs to purchase, Jay. So we got the valleyofslaughter.com, murdermeadow.com, grosscorpsegulch.com. We got a lot.
Shoot,
lot to work with.
I'm sorry, what are you going to do with that URL?
Blastville.com, stonetown.com.
What are you going to
Was it
do? What are you
Smoketown?
going to do with that?
Yes.
I'm
Sorry,
sure
not Stonetown, but
Smoketown's gotta be taken.
Smoked.
Yeah. It's just
let's see,
parked.
blastville.com.
Someone owns Smoketown and they're not
Ugh.
even using it. What a jerk. What a waste of a URL.
Yeah, blastville.com is also just parked.
Dang it.
Ugh.
Okay. Well, all right.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Wow. Okay. So Murder Meadow. Yes. The dead bodies of this people shall be food for the birds of the sky and for the animals of the
Alfred
earth.
Hitchcock movie. Jeez.
Yes. And none shall frighten them away. Then will I cause to cease from the cities of Judah and from the streets of Jerusalem the voice of mirth and the voice of gladness, the voice of the bridegroom and the voice of the bride, for the land shall become a waste.
Nice.
The end.
Eugene closes that out by saying, dead silence. And dead is italicized. He's really leaning into his
Good.
kind of double entendres when he can.
Wants to make sure you get it.
I think he he secretly wants to write a horror novel, but like he can't because God will see his inner like mind and workings or something.
yeah.
And so he's like, well, I'm just translating the Bible. It's whatever.
Yeah, I feel like he's tried on a lot of
He's
genres.
getting that part out. Yeah, he
Some-
really has.
Like some sort of erotic fiction and some
little
horror
bit.
stories and just all kinds of things.
Erotic fiction. He doesn't really know what that is. But
Speaking of erotic fiction, I wonder what Eugene's going to be like once we get to Song of Songs.
Oh, I can't wait.
Song
It's
of
gonna be
Emily,
good
that's the
times.
sexiest book in the Bible. That book
Song
is
of
basically
Solomon,
all about
right? Not
It's
Song.
called both Song of Songs and Song of Solomon, depending on the
Oh.
translation.
Oh,
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
one though. That's the one.
But
Got
that's
it.
the sexiest, juiciest
yeah,
book of the Bible, and so I wonder what he's going to do with
I
that.
can't wait.
fun. Yeah, something exciting for sure.
Yeah.
I'm very excited.
All right, before we go on to our third chapter for today, Jeremiah 8, we're going to take a quick break to talk about how you can support this show, help keep this coming to all of y'all out there in the world.
Welcome back, everyone. We are going on to chapter 8 of Jeremiah. Wow. How many chapters do we have of this? Like 50 something? Quite a few.
Yeah, it's a longish book.
It's fine. We're just warming up. It's fine. We're just warming up. Here we go. Okay. At that time, says Yahweh, they shall bring out the bones of the kings of Judah.
Spooky.
Whoa.
Cool.
Yeah. And the bones of his princes, and the bones of the priests, and the bones of the prophets, and the bones of the inhabitants of Jerusalem out of their graves.
So everybody. I think we've covered
everyone's
everybody.
bones.
Okay.
I'm just going to throw
Cool.
everyone out. Well, that's the question. Are they going to like excavate these graves or what?
That's a big job.
Yeah, I think they're going to dig everyone up. I think that's the idea.
Indeed. Yes. And they shall spread them before the sun and the moon and all the host of the sky which they have loved and which they have served and after which they have walked and which they have sought and which they have worshipped. They shall not be gathered nor be buried. They shall be for dung on the surface of the earth.
Cool.
Gosh, that's a sick burn on bones.
Cool.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, I guess it's the idea being like, oh, well, they love these like sun and moon and star gods, so we'll just throw their bones out there so they can enjoy them.
Exactly. Death shall be chosen rather than life by all the residue that remain of this evil family, that remain in all the places where I have driven them, says Yahweh of hosts. Which specific evil family? Like what, Jerusalem
What,
or
like the Trumps?
Israel or...
I was assuming the Baals, the ones he's trying to keep up with, you know.
Oh,
Mhm.
right.
Okay.
Yeah, who are the Baal kids?
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh, gosh.
Courtney,
Like,
Chloe,
is Molech
Kim.
a kid or like a teenager, you know?
Is he? I don't...
Was
Wait, is
Molech-
Molech a kid?
Maybe Molech's like the brother-in-law or something like that. Who's
Well,
always
it's like the weird uncle
yeah.
that comes around that no one likes.
Yeah, maybe. Wow. Okay.
And they're always like, Uncle Molek.
Yeah, that's the tagline for him on the sitcom.
Uncle. Okay.
Yeah.
I like that this is a sitcom and not a reality TV show. That's an interesting distinction there.
Oh yeah, I mean, I just think that Keeping Up with the Balls, it's got sitcom written all over it. It's all sorts of japes.
Oh, right.
and
You're thinking more of
hijinks
Keeping Up the Kardashians.
That is initially what I
see,
thought.
I see.
Oh, yeah.
That's when I created Keeping Up with the Balls. I was the one who created it, right?
Probably.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think I was. I was the one who was like, yeah.
Yeah, I definitely envisioned more of a, like a throwback to a good, solid, like 90s sitcom with a laugh track and everything.
Wait, I've got it.
Got it.
I've got it. We could do both. We can do sort of like, Housewives of Orange County and like the Real Housewives of Orange County thing, or whatever the scripted version of that was called. There was one that came out around the same time that was a scripted show. And then there was the Real Housewives of Orange County that was a reality show.
Yeah.
We could do that, where there's Keeping Up with the Baals, and then there's like Keeping Up with the Real Baals is the reality show version.
That's
Got
good.
it.
That's good.
Got
I
it.
like that. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I feel like the reality version is like has more legs. It's lasted way longer. So just saying, reality's hot right now still. All right. Moreover, you shall tell them, thus says Yahweh, shall men fall and not rise up again? Shall one turn away and not return? Why then is this people of Jerusalem slidden back? Is that a
Slidden?
I'm sorry.
I like that.
Slidden?
It says slidden, SLIDDEN, slidden back by a perpetual backsliding.
When I look it up on thefreedictionary.com, it does say that it is archaic, a past participle of slide.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
We have Annalisa is an English professor, and she's saying
And
no.
she says
no. Slidden, no.
But is she an archaic English professor?
I don't know. Only she can answer that question, but yes.
Okay, all right. Annalisa
Okay.
is putting the kibosh
No,
on this one.
That's fine. That's fine. I don't like it either. They hold fast deceit. They refuse to return. I listened and heard, but they didn't speak. All right.
Wait, what?
Look at this. Please look at this. They didn't speak. All right.
Wait, what?
A-R, a right? Is that a word?
A right.
A right?
Like a right, as in right side up, standing upright.
Okay.
A right.
Not like, all right.
All right.
It's just me not knowing. Thanks, everyone.
See, the English professor in the chat says a right is a word.
Okay,
so we've
thank
got,
you.
yes.
Good.
Confirmation.
Okay. They didn't speak aright. No man repents him of his wickedness, saying, what have I done? Everyone turns to his course as a horse that rushes headlong into battle.
Wait, I'm sorry, a horse of course?
Of course,
no,
of course.
to his course as a horse. His
Of
course
course.
as a
Oh,
horse.
okay.
Of
So
course.
the course on a horse, of course. Okay, yeah, got it.
Will Arnett is getting a lot of work these days.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
Seriously.
yeah. He's really hot right now. Yes, the stork in the sky knows her appointed times.
For what?
What?
Dropping off babies? Like her bus schedule?
I don't know. Yeah, that's weird as heck. And the turtle dove and the swallow and the crane observe the time of their coming. But my people don't know Yahweh's law.
I see.
I mean-
Okay, I'm going to put this down. We got to look up this weird bird timetable in the bonus episode.
No, I think he's just making a metaphor here, being like, look, even birds know when it's time to go one way or
Yeah,
another.
But that's
And my
different.
people don't.
I mean, humans don't just operate completely off of like instinct, you know,
Well,
right?
I just think he's making a different metaphor here, but sure.
What metaphor?
Just that, like, even birds can figure shit out and
Chase,
you can't. What's wrong with you?
Explain how homing pigeons work. Tell me about the magnetic field of the earth.
Let me hear this. Eugene sums it up quite nicely.
Oh, okay, good.
He doesn't say anything about storks. He says cranes know when it's time to move south for winter, and robins, warblers, and bluebirds know when it's time to come back again. But my people?
Why did he have to change the breeds of the birds? Why did he have to do that? Swans and cranes and like all perfectly acceptable. Why do you have to change it to bluebirds and warblers?
Because he liked them more, Dedeker.
Yeah.
He needed something a little more Western Eurocentric.
I suppose
I
you're
mean, the
right.
King James
Yeah.
also is a little bit... Oh, no, the King James is the same. It's the stork and the turtle and the crane. They just call
Turtle
it the
dove,
turtle.
not a turtle.
It just says turtle in
Just
the
call
King
it
James.
turtle? Oh, no.
Just says turtle.
Turtle loves to flap its wings and go south for the winter, you know.
Turtles know when it's time to go south for the winter. The problem is by the time they get going, it's spring again. So they switch back around.
Yep.
So they just decide to stay where they are.
Yeah,
Wow.
the complete Jewish Bible is storks, doves, swallows, and cranes. There's an extra bird in that one.
Okay.
And then the NIV has stork, dove, the swift, and the thrush. So it seems like it's up for grabs. You can kind of do whatever you want, really. With
Every
these
translator
words.
gets really excited to put their favorite bird
Yeah.
in there.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, for sure. How do you say we are wise and the law of Yahweh is with us? But behold, the false pen of the scribes has worked falsely. All right.
Good. The writing teacher is like, a little bit of repetition of words here. Maybe use your
maybe
thesaurus there.
fix that. The wise men are disappointed. They are dismayed and taken. Behold, they have rejected the word of Yahweh, and what manner of wisdom is in them? Therefore will I give their wives to others, and their fields to those who shall possess them. He said, this is also repetition. He said this already.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
For everyone from the least even to the greatest is given to covetousness. From the prophet even to the priest, everyone deals falsely. Is Jeremiah like, whoa, bro, chill. Like, don't say that about me. I love you. I love you, man.
Oh, as in implicating the prophets as well?
Oh.
Well, it says from the prophet even to the priest, everyone deals falsely. So yeah.
I could very easily see that you could really get into a situation of all the other prophets are false prophets except for me.
Yeah, that's gotta be
Well,
it,
I
right?
suppose he is the one saying these things, so he's probably like, I'm the best one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
makes sense.
I'm the bullfrog. I'm the bullfrog. Okay. They have healed the hurt of the daughter of my people slightly.
Oh, yeah,
saying
that's
Pete-
repetition too. Yeah.
Yeah, just a little bit. Saying peace, peace, when there is no peace. Yeah, we got it,
I
bro.
see. So Eugene translates that as they put on Band-Aids, saying, it's not so bad. You'll be just fine. I think that's the healed slightly. Means like not full healing. You just kind of threw a Band-Aid on there.
I say, okay. Were they ashamed when they had committed abomination? Nay, they were not ashamed, neither could they blush. Therefore shall they fall among those who fall. In the time of their visitation they shall be cast down, says Yahweh. I will utterly consume them, says Yahweh. There shall be no grapes on the vine, nor figs on the fig tree, and the leaf shall fade, and the things that I have given them shall pass away from them.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's rough.
I guess he's over Israel. He's like super over it.
He's real mad. He kind of had a moment where he seemed like he was going to be less mad, and now he's back in full force with Jeremiah.
Well, yikes. Why do we sit still? Assemble yourselves and let us enter into the fortified cities, and let us be silent there, for Yahweh our God has put us to silence and given us water of gall to drink because we have sinned against Yahweh. What's water of gall?
Water
Gall?
of gall.
Gaul?
Ew.
Like the
no,
galls?
Gall.
Oh, like
Gal?
gallbladder?
Gallbladder?
That's what I... Ew,
Water
what?
of gall? I'm going to write it down.
Yeah, let's look
Sounds
that
like
up
a
in
gross
the bonus.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Okay.
it's probably real gross.
perfect for a bonus.
We looked for peace, but no good came, and for a time of healing, and behold, dismay. The snorting of his horse is heard from Dan, and the...
What a loud horse.
You all know what I'm talking about, right? Dan and his freaking horse.
Dan's friggin' horse. I just love that, like, the word Dan is in here. We have these, like, Baal and,
So horses snorting, it's kind of
Jerubbaal
like
and,
that-
And then
that
Dan.
noise they make like when they're galloping and they're like like that, right?
Sure.
That's horse snorting, right? What is there a name for when horses are like
It's like
They call that anything?
There's like knickers and
yeah, what's a knicker?
wait, Mom, help out, please. She knows.
Emily's mom, the resident horse expert, who's on hand for every episode just in case we have horse
Yes,
questions.
She is. She literally is. Which apparently we have a lot of. Yeah.
You know what? This is a good one for the bonus too. Let's look up horse sounds and what they're called and what they sound like. I think that'll be important.
Okay, yeah, I know that there's like a lot of different ones. So, okay. We look for peace, but no good. Yes. The snorting of his horses is heard from Dan. At the sound of the neighing of his strong ones, the whole land trembles, for they are come and have devoured the land and all that is in it, the city and those who dwell therein. For behold, I will send serpents, adders among you, which will not be charmed.
Yeah.
Like charming the snakes.
Nope.
And they shall bite
Charm
you,
resistant.
says Yahweh.
Oh no.
Shoot. Oh gosh. I like that Yahweh's like, I'm gonna send snakes.
And they're going to bite
And
you.
people are like, ha, we can charm those. We got our recorders. No. And he's like, but then they can't be charmed. Ha. And they will bite you also.
Yeah, they're going to love biting you.
No army of third graders with recorders is going to handle these snakes.
No.
I feel that was it. I feel like I was in first grade when I got handed my recorder. It was unfortunate.
Okay. Chapter heading for this last part.
Oh.
This is called Advancing from One Evil to the Next, according to Eugene.
Uh-oh. Oh, that I could comfort myself against sorrow. My heart is faint within me. Behold, the voice of the cry of the daughter of my people from a land that is very far off. Isn't Yahweh in Zion? Isn't her king in her?
Oh dear.
Oh boy.
Yikes. Why have they provoked me to anger with their engraved images and with foreign vanities? The harvest is past. The summer is ended, and we are not saved. For the hurt, I am hurt. I mourn. Dismay has taken hold on me. Is there no balm in Gilead? Is there no physician there? Why then isn't the health of the daughter of my people recovered?
Balm in Gilead, isn't that a cultural reference?
Yeah.
Is that a literary
that does
reference?
Sound familiar.
Yeah.
It does
I have
sound
to look that
familiar.
one up.
Okay.
Somebody said famous verse. Why is it famous?
Yeah,
We'll
Balm in Gilead.
find out.
Okay, yes, I know it is a famous verse, but I don't remember why. So we'll dive into that.
Okay.
Okay.
Alrighty.
And that was it. That was the end of Jeremiah.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy.
wow.
This
Okay.
I mean, no, it wasn't the end of Jeremiah, but it
I
was
mean-
the end of Jeremiah for today.
yes, for today. And that means it's time for everyone's favorite segment of the show, which is now it's time for Silly Songs with DBS, the part of the show where DBS comes out and reads some psalms.
Psalm 33. This does not have a header,
Whoa.
sadly. Rejoice in Yahweh, you righteous. Praise is fitting for the upright. Give thanks to Yahweh with the lyre. So he's going to sing about it with a lyre, even though there's no title. Sing praises to him with the harp of 10 strings. Sing to him a new song. Play skillfully with a shout of joy. Ha! For the word of Yahweh is right. All his work is done in faithfulness. He loves righteousness and justice. The earth is full of the loving kindness of Yahweh.
Clearly, David is
Not
living in a different
really.
time than Jeremiah.
I beg to differ. By the word of Yahweh were the heavens made, all the host of them by the breath of his mouth. He gathers the waters of the sea together as a heap. He lays up the deeps in storehouses. Okay. Let all the earth fear Yahweh. Let all the inhabitants of the world stand in awe of him. For he spoke, and it was done. He commanded, and it stood firm. Yahweh brings the counsel of the nations to nothing. He makes the thoughts of the people to be of no effect. The counsel of Yahweh stands fast forever, the thoughts of his heart to all generations. Blessed is the nation whose God is Yahweh, the people whom he has chosen for his own inheritance. Yahweh looks from heaven. He sees all the sons of men. From the place of his habitation, he looks out on all the inhabitants of the earth. Wait, does he have like a house up in the sky?
I imagine it's kind of like a Santa Claus situation. He sees you when you're sleeping.
Got
He
it.
knows when you're awake.
You know.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
Oh
that makes
gosh,
sense.
yikes, scary. He who fashions all of their hearts, he considers all of their works. There is no king saved by the multitude of a host. A mighty man is not delivered by great strength. A horse? Wow, there are so many horses.
Very horse heavy.
A horse is a vain thing for safety. Neither does he deliver any by his great power. Behold, the eye of Yahweh is on those who fear him, on those who hope in his loving kindness to deliver their soul from death, to keep them alive in famine. Our soul is waited for Yahweh. He is our help and our shield. For our heart shall rejoice in him, because we have trusted in his holy name. Let your loving kindness be on us, Yahweh, since we have hoped in you.
Mm-hmm.
Selah.
Yes.
No, there's no
Selah.
Selah, but I'm just saying
Oh.
Selah.
That was good. I mean, I would have believed it was there if you hadn't told me.
Yeah, for sure. Okay.
That was it? That was the
Yeah, that was it.
the
It's
final
it's your
Selah.
turn.
Wow. Okay, I was
Yeah.
just looking up here that roughly 350 years went by from when David died to where we are now in Jeremiah.
That's a long time. No wonder we pissed off God so much in that amount of time.
Yeah, very different time. I was curious how different a time indeed it is. And there we have it. Okay, Psalm 34. By David, when he pretended to be insane before Abimelech, who drove him away, and he departed. Do you remember that?
Do we remember that story?
No.
Yeah.
I think I remember that story. Yes, where
I
wasn't he
remember that one.
captured and he pretended to be a Khazar and was thrown in the garbage?
No, it was, he showed up to a city. He showed up to a city while Saul was hunting him, I think,
Okay.
and decided to pretend that he was crazy and got all half naked and was screaming
Right.
random stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now,
Cool.
there's a fun trivia for this psalm. There's a footnote that I have here that
Oh.
Psalm 34 is an acrostic poem with each verse starting with a letter of the alphabet, the Hebrew alphabet, so it's not going to necessarily translate.
It's not going to
But
work for us.
thought
Yeah.
But that's fun. He thought he'd kind of switch it up on his format, do a little acrostic.
David was
that's
like,
great.
let's do something fun today.
Uh-huh.
I
love
imagine
that.
that he wrote these every day for a year or something. I don't know
Yeah.
how many there are, but
Yeah. Yeah. It was sort of like his Inktober, It's like every day I'm going to do another psalm.
exactly.
His Psalmtober.
Yeah,
Psalmtober.
exactly.
His Psalmtember.
Oh my
Ooh,
gosh.
Psalmtember is pretty good. You
That's
should try
good.
that.
Loves it.
Psalmtember.
Okay. I will bless Yahweh at all times. His praise will always be in my mouth. Wink.
Cool.
My soul shall boast in Yahweh. The humble shall hear of it and be glad. Oh, magnify Yahweh with me. Let's exalt his name together. I sought Yahweh, and he answered me and delivered me from all my fears. They looked to him and were radiant. Their faces shall never be covered with shame. This poor man cried, and Yahweh heard him and saved him out of all his troubles. It was wild.
Whoa.
Added that last part. Yahweh's angel encamps around those who fear him and delivers them. Oh, taste and see that Yahweh is good. Blessed.
I'm sorry. Taste Yahweh and
Yeah.
see.
I mean,
Oh, boy.
David has tasted Yahweh, I'm sure, a number of times.
Yeah. If anyone has tasted Yahweh.
Yeah.
Blessed is the man who takes refuge in him. Oh, fear Yahweh, you his saints, for there is no lack with those who fear him. The young lions do lack and suffer hunger, but those who seek Yahweh shall not lack any good thing.
Okay, so young lions not fans of Yahweh. We're establishing.
Yeah,
No.
apparently not. They probably just started with whatever letter he needed for that
Oh
verse.
yeah, you're right.
Gracious.
See, once you get to X, you're like, well, I don't have a lot of options, so xylophones it is. Xylophone of Yahweh is great. Yeah. So come, you children, listen to me. I will teach you the fear of Yahweh.
Whoa.
Who is someone who desires life and loves many days that he may see good? Keep your tongue from evil and your lips from speaking lies. Depart from evil and do good. Seek peace and pursue it. Yahweh's eyes are toward the righteous. His ears listen to their cry. Yahweh's face is against those who do evil, to cut off their memory from the earth. The righteous cry, and Yahweh hears and delivers them out of all their troubles. Yahweh is near to those who have a broken heart and saves those who have a crushed spirit. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but Yahweh delivers him out of them all. He protects all of his bones.
Not all of them. Good.
Excuse me?
All of his bones.
Not just some of his bones.
Every bone, every single bone.
Not one of them is broken. Evil shall kill the wicked. Those who hate the righteous shall be condemned. Yahweh redeems the soul of his servants. None of those who take refuge in him shall be condemned.
Cool.
I love
ride.
knowing that was an acrostic. It makes me much more
Yes.
forgiving of kind of the random tangents it went on. Because I'm like, yeah,
Like
I get
random
it.
young
You're like,
lions.
sure,
Yeah.
whatever. Got it. Cool.
Right.
He's like, even the zebras will shout and cry to the Lord.
Mhm.
Amazing.
I mean, that would be challenging to do. So
Oh, yeah.
It would
oh,
be.
yeah.
Yeah.
props to David.
For sure.
Props to David
job,
for
David.
giving
Well,
it a try.
okay, well done, David. Also for switching it up.
Yeah.
You broke out of your format. You went outside your comfort zone. Maybe that was part of his whole pretending to be an insane person, but
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
still.
yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Good for him. Good for him. Good job, David. You get a gold star today.
All right. Should we take this home?
Let's do it.
Yes. Yes, let's take it home. Okay, everybody, please, if you want to join us in our live shows, go to drunkbiblestudy.com/live. We have great fun here today. And for all of you who did join us for the live show today, thank you for joining us for Bible study today. If you want even more Drunk Bible Study, including ad-free episodes, early releases, personal toasts on the show, and more, become one of our patrons at patreon.com/drunkbiblestudy. If you enjoy the show, take a moment to subscribe and then write us a nice review on iTunes, letting other people know what you like about it. You can also join fellow listeners in the Drunk Bible Study Fans and Fellowship Facebook group. Find us on Twitter at Drunk Biblecast, on Instagram at Drunk Bible Study, or send us an email to info@drunkbiblestudy.com. Drunk Bible Study is created and produced by Jace Lindgren, Emily Matlack, and me, Dedeker Winston. Our theme song is Book Club by Josh and Anand from their album Home of the. For more information, visit us at drunkbiblestudy.com.
I made a memory about your dad. He's